Yeah, crescendo. Sometimes we need this crescendo happening because it seems to be a good way of expressing those themes, the crescendo in life. Maybe that could be a nice talk of today, the crescendo of life. Let me see how that comes out on Google. The crescendo of life. Crescendo of life. I think it's a good topic. We need some crescendos. There. The crescendo of life. It's like the unpredicted meeting I had with this lady. Something unpredictable, but it's evolving. Crescendo is something that is evolving. The whole world is evolving into a kind of crescendo. I don't know what kind of crescendo that can be. It is varying. Many people today that the kind of evolving that is happening is not for the good. It's devastating to many people that are living in fear and in a tormenting situation. The crescendo of life is I don't know really know where to begin or how to put it, but it is multifaceted. I don't want you to be simple-minded, single-minded after listening to me. Sometimes in the old times, when I heard the speech in the church, I know my friend visited yesterday. It was a good coincidence. Talking about crescendo and something. It's so multifaceted. Crescendo. Let me chat GPT it. What is crescendo? I think we can do this. The chat GPT is explaining this as a musical term that indicates a gradual increase in volume or intensity of the music. It is often represented in sheet music by symbol or the word crescendo. Musically, it builds toward a peak, enhancing the emotional and dramatic effect of a passage. The term can also be used metaphorically in everyday language to describe something that increases an intensity, such as excitement or tension in a story or event. In performance, musicians will progressively play louder over a specified section of music, creating a dynamic contrast that often leads to a powerful climax. That is a good way of saying something very clear about crescendo. As you know, as you listen now, it is making a kind of a crescendo over this point, which I often do. I do a crescendo. I like crescendo because it is culminating. It's a culmination. At the same time, it becomes so clear, so vivid, so enhanced. So when I was attending churches back in those years, the preacher, he had his speech in a way that made the end part a really contemplation of every part of his speech, every argument, every point in his speech to be in a linear, parallel, equal enhancement and joined together with a good wording of that. I don't know how to say it, but they were good at it. I don't think it always was deliberately, but it was the spiritual drive to explain something that was very vivid and living reality for themselves. It's I think maybe I overdo the word crescendo because I think it is a little bit of very much. So the preacher had there, and in the end, wow, what a token, what a preaching, what a testimony, what a service. People will go back home and do this appreciation over what they have heard. We never heard Jesus speak. I bet when time comes, they will be able to listen to him. And his life was some kind of a crescendo, both culminating in death, but also the spirit that lived within Jesus couldn't hold, nothing could hold his death bound. He became erected, and he became a living entity again. He could go through walls, through closed doors, everything. That was a kind of a crescendo. And now, today, we are talking about the Middle East, Ukraine, Russia, and so many. I just heard the UN congregation speaking about world peace. Maybe it will culminate in an elected leader for the United Nations that can be respected and honored by every country. He will maybe unite the whole world into submission, whatever that takes, into abide by law. Maybe the culmination of the United Nations is to do an implementation of a gross, just ruling that every country in the world have to abide with. No independency of any country. What a crescendo that would be. I don't look forward for UN to dictate our government, even not the petty, poor, corrupted government of Norway. I don't look forward to that. And I believe that if something will culminate in anything by the world, by the secular world, not governed by God, not abide by God's rules, but are biased to terrorists and organizations that condemn what is right and accept what is wrong. Not purely what is right and what is wrong, but those that are doing wrong, they are defended. But those that are doing the right thing, they are attacked. In the picture now, we can see how long have Hezbollah attacked Israel? It have been for close to a year. Yes, this end of this month, just next week, it will be a year. Hezbollah have attacked Israel. UN have not condemned that. Hamas have attacked Israel. UN have not really condemned that. Look, they are against violence and have no clue about how to govern organizations and countries that are about violence in its own core. Israel is not about any violence, it's about peace. But at least you have to give them the right to defend themselves. And that, by the United Nations, is regarded as a violence. To defend Jews, Israel is by UN and UN organizations and by the world's peace and environment organizations, it's regarded as violence and illegal. Israel, by law, by UN law, are to be arrested. Netanyahu and who is this? Not Gantz, but I forgot him, the defense minister, are to be arrested. What is that? As if Israel is waging war all the time, while Hamas, what Hamas is doing, what Hezbollah is doing, is just under the radar. Where will the world come to defending organizations that do this kind of violence? It's going to be a crescendo. Climax of violence. Because you can see the violence in the streets of London, New York, Washington, schools, universities. It seems that people have gone so totally away from decency, totally away from what is right, turn to what is wrong, and act as that is the right stuff. Those that try to defend what is right are muted in a severe way by woke application, by cancel, the culture of cancel. Crescendo. Crescendo is a musical expression. It's louder, getting louder. How come this can't be heard, yet people are not hearing? Jesus said something about that. They will not listen. They are deaf. They can't hear what the prophets are saying. A man told me that a prophet is talking truth. Maybe so, I don't know. But to talk the truth isn't listened to. All the word salad that are covering the intrinsic message of forgetting what was and was back in those years. Yes, in order to be brainwashed. It's a brainwashing tactic. To forget the history is conveyed in a way that will brainwash everyone. Because they can't say anything about the past. That is what I was met here in the activist. We can't talk about the past. We have to see to the future. That is easy for them. They are holding the responsibility of the past. So how in this world would they avoid repercussions for what they did? Who are they to address such a act of forgetting what was past? I can choose to forget the past, but not when the happening was by other people. When the unjust was activated by other people. You can't forget it until it is erected. When problems is solved, it's like a crescendo. When brothers can meet and forgive each other, that is a kind of a crescendo. Crescendo of love. You have different kind of crescendos. And when enemies meet and both want peace, that is a crescendo. That is a crescendo of let us get rid of our agendas. You have to make peace with yourself in order to meet other people with peace. You have to erect something within yourself in order to erect other people too. In order to bless other people, you need to see that you are blessed. As I was talking in the invincible reality, let me see what that was. The invincible is eternal. I think to see into the invincible is realizing what is true or not. Because you can't, when looking at the facts, material, you can't really know what is true or not. But to see into the invincible. Jesus said something about seeing the heavenly kingdom. Like I can use my eyes to see that? No, it's not. It's it was written here. It was metaphorical way of saying that in fact you can see by your inner eye that can't capture material, but it can capture immaterial. And when you understand the immaterial, it's a crescendo in itself. When people get saved to Jesus, by Jesus, He will save you and relieve you. It's a crescendo of life because you are erected to a new living. It's beautiful. It's very beautiful. The Christianity and Judaism is a beautiful entity of erecting people up from their own incapability, their own handicap. When you erect someone from their own handicap, it is a crescendo of joy, crescendo of relief, crescendo of life in itself. When people get to hear that they have cancer, it's breaking down. The cells are breaking down, and your mental condition is melting down. It's like this radiation. You are so broken down. You can't see, but when God's healing, you believe in something more than the breaking down. Maybe you needed to be broken down, I don't know. People that are getting cancer, they have some mental turning switch that they turn on, and they enjoy life like they have never before enjoyed life. It's beautiful. When God can capture you, when God can go into your life, and you accept God's involvement in your life, you get new values, you get new perspective of life. So it's a kind of a crescendo in of itself by the Creator. Who would not make you as in your life as a crescendo of your own life? By the Creator of life, by the Creator of you. So that I got a crescendo myself by the pure fact on the realization that the will, not talking about God per se, but the will. Why am I here? Why am I here, destined to this life, pity life? Why? If not the will that wanted me here, when I'm here, for that will, it's a crescendo that I live life. Yes, by the pure fact that the will that wanted me, and I'm still alive, is a crescendo for that will. So if God is that will, I am for God a crescendo. I am for God the greatest crescendo, because I still love life. I will confirm that will to be me, to be true to myself, and act as me as long as I live. That would be the uttermost crescendo of appreciation for that will that wanted me. What would I want for my daughters? If not, that they are true to themselves. It's a crescendo for me too. Not only for God, it's a crescendo for me to see my children being alive first and foremost, and next, being true to themselves. If anyone intervene in other people's life by rejecting them to be true to themselves, is violating it will sadden the will that wanted them to be as they are. So don't break anyone's spirit. It is also written in the Bible. Don't break anyone's spirit. It's the most holy for God that we are not breaking each other's spirit. And people that laugh at others' misfortune or mocking people like that, mocking people for who they are, how they do things and so on. It can be funny, and it's not wrong that it's funny. It's odd and strange, but if you make fun of people by being who they are, it's a racistic act in of itself. The crescendo of life is a beautiful theme that I should put on my YouTube, to call my YouTube the crescendo of life. But it is the false prophet, and you have to take everything I say with a grain of salt and into consideration. It's not perfect. It's never all right. You have to put everything in different perspective and evaluate. Oh, this man, I can't listen to him anymore. He is too much of something and doesn't consider those things that you are so perfectly considering. So I wanted to do this because I feel joy. And the crescendo is not visible. It's something you hear. It's within the music realm. It's within the sensitivity of yourself. It's like the genes and the DNA have these antennas that enjoy life to the fullest. Who are you? Who are we to diminish the invincible when you have the excitement, the crescendo, and that makes excitement for people to enjoy, not going to the pit. And today is Shabbat today, and let us make a crescendo of this Shabbat by appreciating the rest, the peace, the shalom that we can have in our life. As long as we are here, we must have shalom and pray for shalom for the world. Okay, I wish you all Shabbat Shalom.